Hello. Welcome back to our episode on Heat Levels, which is the customizable difficulty level for the post-game. We will go through your options and discuss which options are better. You will be introduced to a new system called Pacts of Punishment. These are essentially your post-game content, but are also necessary for the true ending. You craft your difficulty according to your own playstyle here, which is such an excellent and rare concept in games. The pacts themselves range from very marginal increases in damage to devastating ultimatums, like being able to pick from only 2 boon choices instead of 3, or having no healing at all. Each time you go up in heat levels, the boss drops reset. So, if you want to level up your weapons with Titan Blood, you will have to complete the game multiple times in increasing heat conditions. However, not all of these options are equal. Some of these are way easier for some weapons and are absurdly difficult to some. Some are simply unrealistically hard for the meager amount of heat they generate. Fret not though, we will be going over and evaluating them in just a bit. If you haven't been able to reach this point in Hades, why not take a look at one of the weapon guides in this playlist? Or if you already mastered the basics, take a look at Mirror of Night guide that will be out shortly. And for more content like this, please hit the subscribe button. Thank you. We'll start off with Hard Labor. Enemies deal 20% more damage per level. So this one should be the first one you will max, surely. Since you're not getting hit at all, there's no harm in increasing everyone's, including bosses, damage, right? Well, no, obviously not. 1 or 2 points are okay here, but any more and you're deep into pro gamer territory. At higher levels, even stray hits will start chunking you, and bosses will easily take your lives away. Increase with caution. Lasting consequences. Decreases your healing per level. Now, this is a much better alternative. Healing basically does not exist in Hades, at least until it does. When it does exist, it heals a ton. Like at the end of each floor or the fountains. You can easily put 1 or 2 points in this and forget it even exists. Now, 3rd point means you start noticing the difference, and 4th point is certain doom. So don't put 4 points into this unless you're absolutely certain you're not getting hit. Convenience fee increases the item prices. You usually have enough to clear whatever Charon offers every time you get into his shop. You probably don't need all those boons, honestly. This at max level means you're getting only 1 item, and that's enough. It does make extra lives a lot more expensive though, so keep that in mind. I like putting 2 points here basically all the time. The effect is minimal, and you always have the option of avoiding Charon's shop if you don't have enough obol. Jury Summons increases enemy spawn. This one I'm a bit undecided about. Increasing enemy numbers not only increases the time you are spending on each floor for no good reason, but also makes the situation extra risky if you don't have access to good area of effect abilities early on. You will probably end up maxing this if you want to do 32 heat, however, as other options are way worse. Extreme Measures unlocks new boss fights, and each level correlates to that boss. So, level 1 changes the Fury fight, level 2 affects Hydra, and so on. Well, I love this, and I always keep it on. The new boss fights freshen up the game, and actually makes the 3rd boss a lot easier in my opinion. So there is a hidden 4th level of this, but avoid it, unless you know exactly what you're doing. It makes the game almost impossible to beat, especially at higher heat levels combined with other pacts of punishment. Calisthenics program. Monsters have increased HP pools. I will go on and say I don't like this. I especially don't like this with the combination of increased damage and increased speed for opponents. I will nevertheless wholeheartedly max this at 32 heat, because the other options are way worse. Benefits package. Gives armored opponents extra abilities, like Diablo 3 elite suffixes. I think it's fun. I always max it. Middle management does something. I'm almost certain this is doing something, but I'm not exactly sure what. I have put 2 points into this a long time ago, and whatever it's doing is a great deal for just 2 heat. Get this always. Underworld customs. You need to purge 1 boon to enter the next underworld floor. So, this one is great for the cost, as you will invariably have some extra boons on you that won't be missed. There are times when the game thinks you're too hot for it and shoots you down by giving you only your best boons as options. Always keep a reroll around for that times if you have them unlocked. Forced overtime increases move and attack speed by 20%, up to 40%. This is probably one of the worst options you can pick here. Not only does it make the game parabolically more difficult, but it also messes with your dodge timings. Monsters will rush at you at the speed of light. I definitely do not recommend going over a single point in this, and if that. Heightened security. Traps on lava now kill you. You can expect to get this if you're playing one of the ranged weapons. If not, you should probably avoid this. Heightened security will be very difficult for Gauntlet and Shield especially, where you cannot always control where you're landing, and the slightest lapse in concentration means losing lives. Routine inspection. Removes your Mirror of Night talents and starts from the bottom. Absolutely devastating. Removes your rerolls and extra chance for rare boons at its very first level, and takes away everything else if allowed. 1 point is manageable, but will make your run way worse. Anything more and it's unplayable. Damage control. Opponents enter with 1 or 2 shields. Trivially easy to solve for shields, gun and gauntlets. For other weapons, a bit more of an issue. Still not that bad though. Very manageable overall. There is very little difference between 1 or 2 points. Approval process. The most terrible choice here. You know how you're offered 3 choices of boons when you find them. Well, this takes away 1 or 2 choices from that. That's actually terrible and makes the game actively unfun to play. The only one I find absolutely unpickable. Tight deadline. Its first levels aren't actually that tight. The further levels are troublesome. This isn't that bad on the 0 to 16 band of heat, as the opponents are comparatively few, aren't that fast, and aren't that tough. Past that, this Pact of Punishment becomes very difficult for the meager heat it offers. Only pick if you're speedrunning. So, armed with this knowledge, you are now ready for anything Hades can throw at you. The Mirror of Night talent guide is next, but for now, have a nice day.